Hello everyone! We are jumping on here for Crafting Saturday. This week we're going to make a manatee ocean scene for Manatee Week. So let's get started. I'm going to flip my screen and show you what we have. Alright everyone, we're back. So we got a lot of stuff here, so just give me a minute and we'll go all through it. So the first thing we have is just some sand to decorate. We have some glue, some regular Elmer's glue. We also have a glue stick. We have assorted blue, green, black, and then orange and yellow, white paint. We have just a cup for our water. We have some Easter grass. We have just a plain sheet of paper towel. We have two pictures of Brutus. So Brutus is the manatee that we adopted from Save the Manatee Club. So we have a picture of him. We have one manatee sticker. We ordered new stickers and they came today and we got a manatee. So it was a sign. He had to be in our picture. We have these, they're glass pebbles. We also have some hobby shells and some washi tape, scissors, some Jumbo Popsicle sticks, adhesive dots, a silver cardstock paper, and then finally, we have a canvas. And this is an 8x10 canvas that we picked up from the Dollar Tree. Huh? Oh yeah, and we have gems. Like little sparkly gems. Okay, so to get started on this, we're gonna kind of put away some of our stuff. Put it to the side so we have a little bit more room here. Okay. I'm going to move these jennies. If I can pick them up. They are stuck. Okay. Okay. So, step one is the bottom part. We're going to have kind of like a grassy, oceany part. So, we are going to tape off so that we don't get any paint down there. If I can get this tape to work. Okay, got it. Alright, so we're back. Step one. So I'm taking my washi tape and I'm just going to tape off where I want the bottom to go. So, oops. Doesn't have a very good stick. Hold on. And then Madison is going to tape off hers. So this is just to prevent the paint from going down on the bottom. So you can use painter's tape, masking tape, anything that easily comes on and off. And this tape is having a little bit of trouble sticking, but we're giving it a little press. There we go. Okay. Then now you want to take your paint, and we're trying something a little different, and we are using popsicle sticks to pull the paint across. So the first step you want to do is we're going to make a sunsetty part at the top. Madison's going to do a dark sky, so she's going to do black. And what you want to do is just put a little small dot on the side here on the left. And then you want to put all the paint out that you want for the sunset part. So I'm going to hit pause and we're going to put our paint out. Alright, so as you can see, Madison and I both have our paint at the top here on the left corner. And now we have our Jumbo Popsicle sticks. Mine has paint on it already because I tried to salvage some of my yellow paint going off the side. But you should use a fresh one. And then what you're going to do is put your popsicle stick on the paint. And then you want to pull it across the canvas. So it's going to kind of make a line. And it's okay if it doesn't all fill in. You can go back with your popsicle stick and kind of pull the paint over some more. So mine, I was kind of making like a oceany yellow sunsetty scene, and Madison wanted hers to kind of be a little bit darker. All right. And if you don't like the way that it comes out when you do the popsicle stick, you can always go in and use a paintbrush. So I think I kind of like the way mine turned out. So I'm going to leave mine be. So Madison is doing a little bit on the paintbrush. Like I said, if it doesn't come out exactly the way that you want, then you can always use a paintbrush and go in. So next, we're going to do the ocean part. I like yours, Maddie. Very cute. So Madison has a little bit of the dark and some of the yellow and orange. And then mine just has the yellow and orange. Okay, so now we're going to do the ocean part in this section. So we're going to do it, line up our blue paint, and then we'll jump back on and we'll go through the popsicle stick thing again. So just give us 1 minute. All right, we're back. So we put in our blues and our greens for the ocean. So we're going to do the same thing, and we're going to pull our popsicle stick across and see what design we get. So here we go. Follow along with us. Woo! Mine looks weird.
Mine does too.
But lots of fun. Make sure that if you have your close to the tape, that you don't get any underneath. So see, I got a little bit of white on the bottom here. But that's all right.
I got a lot under the tape.
That's okay. So again, if you don't 100% like how yours came out, you can always use a paintbrush. I got some on my sunset, but here's mine. No! I'm going to try to fix it a little bit. Hold on.
Mine looks dumb.
What? No, it's so
Yes, it
pretty.
Mine looks 100% dumb.
Oh, ah!
I'm going
Okay.
up and down.
So that's how mine turned out. Madison is still working on hers. Oh, here's how Maddie's turned out. All right.
The bottom.
This is how mine turned out. Okay.
I got a lot on the bottom.
That's okay.
It looks dumb.
No, it looks good. Okay. So our next step is we're going to be making the grassy part down here. And we're also going to do a little bit of sand. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of sand. So I am going to take my Elmer's glue, and I'm just going to do like a thin layer all the way across here. But you want to do like multiple lines. So that you get a good amount, so that your sand has something to stick to. And again, if you want it to go longer, you can always pull some down with your popsicle stick. So I'm going to kind of keep my tape off so I can allow kind of the two to merge. I'm going to put it there. And then I'm going to put a little bit more glue. Or I'm just going to, my glue is having trouble coming out. So I'm going to use another popsicle stick. Didn't think I was going to use this many in this craft. Okay, I'm going to push this glue up. And then I'm going to take my sand. And I'm just going to gently pour some on here. Or not gently because it just poured out. And I'm going to put some sand here. So I'm going to wait for that to dry. And while it's drying, and while my paint is drying, I'm going to squish it around a little bit. See if I get it to stick. Do you need help?
The glue's not coming out like at all.
Hold on, we're having a minor glue issue. Give us a minute. Alright, so Madison is working on her sand. I don't know what happened, but our glue thing broke. So I am going to cut out a little piece to go on the bottom here and this is where I'm going to put my grass. So just give me 1 second and I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, so I just cut out this little piece and I am going to glue it down here. So my first step is I want to glue some grass on it. So I'm actually going to rotate my camera and we're going to go to a different side. Madison is still working on her sand over there. So for this part, I just have a piece of paper towel and I'm going to go back with my Easter grass and I'm going to pull some of it out a little bit. Easter grass is crazy. It gets everywhere. So now I have my scissors, which apparently we got paint on just right now. And I'm going to cut up this grass. I want it to be in smaller pieces.
I want to go dump my sand.
Okay, that's fine. I can show myself. I can just do that part in a minute. See how it came out.
Oh my god.
What? That's okay. Mads, it doesn't have to be perfect.
I need more glue at the top.
Okay, so. Oh, okay. Almost. I forgot that we were still filming. My mistake. Okay, so I cut up this grass. And now we have this. And I'm going to use my glue stick. And I'm putting it all over this thing. Whoop. My word. Woo, we're all over the place today. Okay. And now I'm going to take it. This is so fun. I'm going to take this and I'm pushing it down here. And I'm picking up this grass. Woo! Lots of fun. Okay, so then it should line up something like this. Now, if you ever do Easter grass and you have cats, don't leave your craft out because my cats, I had grass on this Easter craft I made and they ripped them apart and they took off the grass. So, cats like Easter grass. Okay.
Get them as a treat for Easter.
So, I'm picking it up. And it will look a little crazy and you can kind of cut down some of it if you want. But this is kind of what it looks like. So now I'm going to flip my camera back to where we were before. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do with it. Alright y'all, we're back. I got my grass here. So my goal is to put it here. So what I'm going to do is I got some adhesive dots. I'm telling you guys, these things are awesome. And you can use them for everything. Alright. I'm going to put some here. Madison is going to use them too. The only thing that's terrible about adhesive dots is they take a minute to peel the top part off. Unless you have nails. Hold on. Alright, so I'm just going to pick these off. And then I'm going to stick my grass thing that I just made. So 1 second, because these are giving me a little bit of trouble. Alright, so I got them off. Now I'm going to put my grass here, or my little rocky bottom, whatever you want to call it. So I got my grass. And now we are going to put some glue. And we're going to put like a little bit of our shells and our glass beads. So I'm going to try to get the glue to come work again. But oh, look, it is working. Okay. Well, it's working a little bit. I'm going to have to just pour some on, and hopefully I don't pour a lot. So I'm going to pour some of our glue on, and I'm just pouring it right on top here. And that's where I'm going to put some shells and bead thingies.
Bead thingies.
I'm just going to kind of tilt it and see if the glue moves a little. Okay, it's moving a little.
I'm going to put on my shells now.
All right.
I'm ready for shells.
Me too. Let's pick some shells. So now we're going to put on our shells. I'm just going to take some out.
I'm just going
and
to
put them up here
sand for me.
so that Madison can also grab them. And then we are just going to put some on. I got a little bit of paint on this one, so I'm going to use
The
it.
glue is coming out quickly. Like really quickly.
And then I am going to use some of these glass beads.
No!
We should have prepped a little bit and had this on.
No, Mommy, it's reaching off my finger.
So I'm just going to kind of drop some.
The glue's drizzling. Mommy. Where are the paper towels?
On the diner table. Alright, and I'm just continuing to use just to put some shells and some beads on here on top of where we put the glue.
And I got glue on my stool because it went completely off of the mat.
Okay. There we are. So this is my Shelly stick bottom with my sand. And Madison is still working on her glue over there. There she is.
I'm very far behind.
So she's gonna do the same thing and put her shells and her glass beads.
Not right there.
And then for me, I can't do my last step right now because I gotta wait for the paint to dry. But I'm gonna show you. So since we adopted Brutus, we wanted to make Brutus feel special and put him in our painting. So I am gonna wind up putting him here in the middle. And then that's gonna be it for mine. So you can definitely, on yours, you can either paint an animal. You can use stickers. Use your imagination. I'm just gonna put Brutus because it's Manatee week and we wanted him to feel special. So yeah. So Madison, like I said, Madison is still working on hers, but we'll definitely post pictures of what it looks like when it's all dry and done. And hope y'all enjoyed this one. Please follow our page for more craft and kid activity ideas. Thank y'all so much and have a great night. Go crafting!